Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Tough Life, Tough Life. Ruben Wamaria. Well, we disappeared for some time, but then now we are back with a bang. Thank you guys for subscribing and those who are supporting the channel. They're liking, they're sharing our content. And today we just decided we bring you another episode and take it from where we left off. And today we're just going to have an interesting conversation. I'm with a special guest here, Kamali Digomo. We're meeting at a time when, or in a day where there's just a lot happening in the country, you know. There's Pride Month, it's the month of October, where in South Africa we're celebrating, you know, the LGBT.
Yeah. Plus. Yeah, many letters.
And the sentence scare, the terror thing going on, they're going to bomb Santen, you know, such things. There's a lot that is happening. But then I would like us to talk more about, you know, the Pride Month and what does it mean to you and everything. And to also talk more about you, like, you know, and we let our community know and try to change perspective and everything, because there's just a lot going on and in your community that you guys are going through. But first of all, thank you very much for coming to join us here at Tough Life, Tough Life.
Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah. I always wanted to have a conversation like this one. And
why?
I don't know, because, you know, part of the reason why we're having the channel, it's talk about real life stories. You know, and having to talk about real life stories, it means that we have to include everybody and talk about everything, as long as it has human interest, and as long as that changes lives to the community, and as long as that also changes perspective, you know. And having to see you have a conversation. Actually, it was like a panel discussion last week when you were in a different event and you guys were talking about the challenges that you guys are facing and everything. But then, first of all, like, I would just want to know you. You know, where you from? Who's Kamali Digomo? Some people like to say Kamali Digomo, you know, when you ask that question and all that. So, but then, yeah, just take us back. Who's this person that you have?
Wow, Kamali is somebody that is, well, very fun to begin with. I'm a very fun person. I'm down to earth. I love laughing. I love talking. And I'm a trans woman. I'm 22 years old. And I'm still young. I'm not sure if I'm going to take hormones yet. I'm still deciding, because I'm still young and I'm still discovering who I am. Huh?
How old are you?
I'm 22.
22?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I'm very old.
In the US, they'll be like, yeah, you are very old.
Yeah,
you're
I'm very
old.
old.
You're supposed to have your own house.
I'm grown.
Yeah. So I just want to, you know, we're going to talk also about how you identify yourself and how did you come about the decision to say, you know what, I don't feel comfortable with who I am now, and I think I identify better as this kind of person. And just take us through that process, like how did you come about that?
Yeah, because for a long time I've always felt different. Since I was a child, since maybe 4 or 5, I've just always did not have it was very weird for me to be in the body that I was in, because when you go outside, people see a small boy, and if you're a boy, you have to wear like a boy, you have to play with toys, you have to talk like a boy and act like a boy, and it was always different for me. I never wanted to play with boys. I never wanted to play with cars. I never wanted to be rough. I just wanted to be in the house, read a book, watch cartoons, wigs, heels, hit my nails. So I've always felt different since I was young. And then I think when I was in grade 7 or 6, I was like, you know what, I'm actually gay. So from grade 6 till grade 11, I was gay. For all those years, I was gay. And then grade 11, I was like, you know what, I'm actually not gay. I'm actually trans. And since I was in grade 11, I came out as trans. I haven't done enough research about being transgender. So it's only now that I've done the research into being a trans woman, and I'm slowly discovering who I am as I go.
So, back then, did somebody, like maybe in the house, parents, like get to um, notice the difference, like as compared to other boys didn't want to play there, you didn't want to go outside, you say you didn't want to be rough.
Yeah, I don't want to be rough.
So being rough identifies with men.
Because yeah, it's usually the boys who are
Yeah.
rough. So, and I was never into being rough. I always wanted to be soft and sit down and yeah.
Yeah. So, like I was asking, like in the house, yeah, while growing up, like was there somebody who noticed the behavior, and what was their take on that? Because you think that they just don't mind, or something like. If somebody starts acting like that, like at a very young age, does it mean they're going to be a
No,
different
it
person?
does not mean that they're going to be a femme person.
Yeah.
It happens that they're just being a child. But the thing with me is, my parents, yeah, they did notice that I'm different from other boys, and they always told me, no, don't act like this, don't play with girls, don't walk like this. But I never listened because it was weird for me to play with boys. It was very weird for me to play with anything blue, anything related to being a boy. It was just not something that was meant for me. But my parents always told me that you cannot play with girls. You are a boy, be a boy. So it was really confusing as a child because you are feeling this way, but you're told that you can't be this way.
So the breakthrough, like what broke the camel's back to say, you know what, I'm growing up in this household, in this community. Also, please share the treatment, the reaction. And I'm growing up in this household, and when you're in your teen years, you start going to high school and everything. That's where you start to feel like you're actually an adult. You can make decisions and everything. Like,
Yeah.
did you start making the decision to say, I want to, or you just had this gay behavior, then you then decided to say, you know what, I'm going to do this now, or there was a time where you were like, no, I'm going to change when I get out of this house?
Yeah, it's been a journey with this. The thing is, I've always been gay. Even in the house with my parents, I never pretended to be different because I can't pretend. I've tried, but it's really just weird and abnormal. It feels fake. So I've never pretended to be something I'm not. I've always been gay everywhere, and I was like, I'm gonna wait till I'm independent to take my hormones and become a woman. But then I'm like, I can't wait that long. If I wait that long, I am going to die. Because there came a point where it was a thing of I had to choose between life and dying, because I was so depressed. I was lost. So I had to just be like, you know what, it's either you or other people, and who is more important, your parents, society, or you? And I had to choose me. I can't choose anybody else.
But would you say there is a lot of emotion or stress or depression going on in this community, and I don't understand why we're calling them a community. It's more like we're isolating them from
Yeah, different
everyone.
community.
You understand? But for the sake of this conversation,
Yeah.
because we haven't come up with a better word, would you say in this community, like, there's too much pressure, and what kind of pressure is
There is a
that?
lot of depression and suicide rates are really high in our community because the parents don't accept their kids, the families, even schools. So they're very depressed. They are alone, and some of them they even end up committing suicide because they're very lonely, and it happens a lot in our community. People commit suicide a lot, unfortunately. All that I'm trans.
With my little knowledge, I always thought you'll help me on this one. I always thought when you say you're trans, basically you transition. You understand?
Yeah.
Maybe it's just a change of body parts. Maybe genitals or something. You're changing maybe from having male to female, or from female to male. Is that what it means to be trans?
No, to be trans, it's there's more to it than the body parts.
Okay.
Because there's some people I'm like they are the transgender, but they won't take hormones and they won't change their body parts.
Okay.
But they trans, like they only dress. If they're male to female, they'll wear dresses and wigs. If they're female to male, they'll wear jeans and the hoodie, stuff like that. But and then there's some people, they trans and they take the hormones and they develop breasts, their waist change, they keep develop the hips and the ass. And
Yeah.
it's just
A typical case could be Caitlyn. What is
yeah, Caitlyn
Caitlyn?
Jenner. She's transgender.
She's
She takes
transgender.
hormones,
Yeah.
but she won't think the surgery. She won't get the surgery.
Oh, okay. You just take.
The hormones the whole
Yeah,
life. You take
okay.
hormones the whole life.
Yeah. Okay. I see.
That's
I
all.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you were engaging in another event where I got to see for the first time, you spoke about your experiences, and some of them were horrible. And
Yeah.
you mentioned that some men came and just slapped you for wearing a wig and all that. Just share some of those. And man, it was, it really felt, when I heard it, it wasn't a nice experience.
I experienced a lot of harassment.
Yeah.
Even in high school, I'd be in the classroom. There's a boy in my class. He would just his hand in my underwear and be like, "Oh, you're really a boy." I was checking if you're really a boy or a girl, and then he would laugh as if it's funny, but you are harassing me. So there's a lot of harassment, and people think it's funny, especially men. They think it's funny. They think they have the power to control how I express myself. There's been even moments where I'm working outside and people and a group of men, you'll be like, "When I must change, I don't rap right now." And it's like, "Hi bro, I'm just walking by.
Yeah.
I don't even look at you. I have no interest in looking at you." So
How has that impacted your life? And how do you think maybe others, like, you at varsity, and you obviously want to be a professional one day and all that, like, how do you think this is somehow affecting your life, let's say maybe in terms of opportunities, friendships, in terms of progressing in life? Like, because people would think, those who are less educated about your community, they would think you being like that, you're probably not capable of doing certain
yeah,
things.
they think I'm incapable. I'm not smart because if you're smart, how are you? How are you a man that's taking hormones transition? So we are dumb. According to people, we're not smart people. And
crazy,
mind you, usually very smart. Like we're actually one of the most successful people in the world. Gay people. We work really hard. Like we work because like we have to work hard. because if you don't work hard, then they'll be like, oh, you are gay and unsuccessful. So we have to work extra hard to make sure that even though we're gay, we are successful. So you can say, we don't have the receiving life because we successful. So you can't say anything at that point because we have the money. So you can't really bring us down at that point.
Yeah.
So we work hard to make sure that you can't tell us anything because you can talk to us and what you want, but I've got the money, so shut up. You can't tell me that. But also, people like us, like trans women, it's almost, if you're gay and if you're gay or you're lesbian, you're employed, you're respected, like to an extent, you're respected. But then for us, we're not really, we don't get like we don't receive the same level of respect from people.
I see.
We don't, because
so
there's
material
hierarchy.
there are levels.
There's a
to
hierarchy
this.
also.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
I
there's hierarchy
see.
also.
So this is the case with Somizi Mhlongo. Him, because he has money, he might not be experiencing like anything
that
drastic
much,
anymore.
drastic.
Just compared with you guys, like you are a student. Not to say you are less of a human being, but you are
I'm
a
still a
student. But then now there's this thing with material, and when you got money, you are more respected.
And when you have money, you are more
less
respected.
ridiculed. Yo, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, so
that's
you need to have
crazy.
money to get respect and opportunities, I guess.
Yeah.
No, but also even for me as a trans woman, the women that I happen to encounter, they don't the love I receive is not like it's not like warm love. It's not like they're there because I'm trans. They're like to me. They're like to me. Like they come to me and they say to me, "Oh, you're gay and you're pretty, so now we're friends." They're like, "Oh, you're trans and I love people who are trans, so now we're friends." So there's not really like a friendship there that's been created.
Tell me if you're not able to answer this. Have you met people who tried to be in a relationship with you and you find that ultimately they're not really sure or they're not who they say they are? Like they're not gay, they're not, but you find that this person, you don't realize how much this person wanted to like and I just wanted to
We
experiment.
experience a lot of that. Like they don't really are into us. Don't really don't really want to be with us like in a whole relationship. They want to experiment. Just want to have sex and experiment and to experience how it is to have sex with a trans woman. But there is no love. There is no compassion from there.
Yeah.
It's just an experiment.
It's difficult. Do you think it's difficult for your community to find love?
Yeah, it's very hard to find love, especially as trans women. It's almost impossible to find love because if we meet, they just want to experiment. They all just want to try out, to be with a trans woman and to see if it's the same thing and explore their options, but they don't really want to date us. So we don't really get to experience being in a relationship and experience love. We don't experience the whole for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
It's never a thing for me and us. Yeah.
So do you think you get to put yourself in a box and you're not really like open for relationships and everything?
Yeah, because I've given up on the idea of ever falling in love. Yeah, I just realized that it's not for me. I see, because every guy that I've met don't want to be with me for me. They just want to experiment. So I'm like, clearly I'm not gonna date. So I've given up on the idea of ever having a partner, getting married. I've given up.
Yeah. So there's just this terminology MSM. Does it exist? Men who have sex with men.
Yeah.
And they said these people are not gay.
They're not gay, yeah. They don't identify as gay.
Yeah. Okay. So if you were to put this into a clear perspective, do we say somebody is gay based on their sexuality or behavior?
On their sexuality.
Okay.
Because because thing is, if you're gay, you're a man who is romantically and sexually interested in men. So hence you're gay, because you are into men romantically and sexually. You want to date and sleep with men, so
Yeah.
you're gay.
Yeah. So where does behavior come in identifying as gay? Because somehow we typically when I see somebody is gay, it's just basically the way they look, the way they behave,
They walk,
they walk, matao and everything, and we'll be like, okay, that's gay. So I can be gay and still behave like a normal guy.
Yes, there are so many so many people who behave like normal guys.
Yeah.
There's so many. They play soccer, they play rugby, they play sports. They're very aggressive. They're loud. We're not the same. We are all not the same. If you're gay, some are very loud and expressive in your face, like they always like this in your face, and then there are some of them who are very reserved and very shy. They don't really say much, and then there are some of them who are into sports, some are into books. So we don't really the same.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's very
because the thing is,
difficult,
even with you guys, with the men who are straight, you're different. There's some men who like sports, some men who like music,
Yeah.
some men who are loud, some men who are alcoholics, some men who do this. It's just we're not the same.
The LGBTQIA plus. Then the plus smaller. What does it mean?
Stands for pansexual, demisexual. So I'm like the thing is, there's so many of the terms. So the plus is to accommodate every other term, because you can't say LGBTQIA PD because it won't stop. It won't stop.
So the plus is ongoing.
Yeah, it's ongoing.
We're still
There's
exploring,
quite a
discovering
few,
more.
There's quite a few more after the plus.
Is it?
Yeah, there's quite a few more after the
But
plus.
why don't you mention them, though?
There's so many, so the plus is just to accommodate all the other ones.
You're
did
just
not
tired
mention.
of just pronouncing
Yeah, because
the
it's a
whole thing.
lot.
Isn't it some form of discrimination, though? Because yours are mentioned, like you are there and there's this.
I mean, to an extent, it is discrimination.
Yeah, it is. You are not fair, Lily.
Yeah, you're not fair in that,
Yeah.
but I mean, you still, the plus is there, so.
What do you? We're just about to close. Like, what do you think should be done? Like, what is the role of the media? What is the role of social media in terms of conscientizing, educating the public? Because there was a time somebody was saying, this thing begins at home, and when you're doing the awareness, like today, as you said, it's the Pride Month and everything. Today there's this much in Joburg and Sandton going on, and the person was arguing that it's just us here,
Yeah.
but the people that we are raising the awareness for,
they're
they're
not
not
involved.
they're not involved, they're not with us and everything. But then we all consume the media and everything. Like, what is it that you think we can?
I feel like with the media, it has to change a lot, because in media we are just the handbags, we are the clowns, we are the funny people, we're the ones who are always dramatic, over the top. We do wigs, so like the media, like they have to show us in a different light, because you can be gay. There are many people who are gay and trans, and then they're in the office, they are flying aeroplanes, they doctors, they're very intelligent people. Some of them have kids, some of them they're lawyers, they're married. So they have to show all of us like in a different light, because we're not only for entertainment. There is so much more to being gay than just being the entertainment and being the funny one in the crowd. There's so much more to our lives, our experiences. So they have to show us as the people we are. They must show our pain, our journey, our emotions. They have to show us because if they show us as the clowns and as if we go around having sex, as if we have HIV. Yeah, because people think that as gay people we have sex all day long. Apparently,
Wow.
apparently we don't do anything else besides sleeping around, you know.
Yeah, because you see, I think I'm guilty of that as well, because once we say gay, then we always identify you, or lesbian, we always think sex, like it's already sexualized, like okay, she has sex with another woman, he has sex with another man, so it's all about sex. It's not really about, you know, coming up with some clear descriptions or definitions on how we can identify you guys. It's just always about
it's always
sex.
around sex, and there is more to being gay than having like honestly we don't go around having sex. I personally don't even enjoy sex like that. So people will assume that I'm trans, that I must be like sleeping around with many people, and I personally don't, and I know some other gays who don't as well. Okay, no, like they're gays who enjoy sex the same way they're straight men who enjoy sex.
Actually, you can be active and not be active.
Yeah,
like any other person.
There's some people like they've been in sex for over 2-3 years, 5 years because they decided not to have sex. So being gay doesn't mean that you enjoy sex automatically.
Yeah,
doesn't
like
mean that.
when I came to pick you up, you're just standing outside your residence, and there were just some guys that you were just communicating, and I saw how he was. Yeah, like how do you deal with that every day?
I'm just like, hi, Rowena, and then I just keep it moving, because if you keep talking about it, they don't really care, so they don't stop. Because and there's one guy who was standing at the gate. He always does the same thing. I've always told him to stop doing that, but he won't listen, because I mean, who listens to a trans girl?
Yeah.
So I guess he won't stop, and that's that.
You are also part of a student organization.
Yeah.
What do you guys do?
Your Rainbow.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Oh, if you're gay, on campus, gay, trans, lesbian, you can come to us with any problem that you have within the resters or on campus. We will help you out, and also we helping the campus and here as a whole to accept us and to see us as people, and to have respect for us as people.
Yeah. Where is counseling come in terms of their whole thing? You know, what you guys do and everything, because I believe there are a lot of people who are just scared of coming out.
Yeah.
And what do you think they can do? Is coming out an okay term though, phrase? I'm not sure. But then, how do you help those who are still? Excuse me.
Scared?
Yeah, they're still in that box. And what can you advise? What's the first step that they can do?
The first thing is to accept yourself.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. You need to be sure that this way I need to love and embrace that at first, and then if you come out, you have to be ready, because if you come out too quickly and then you're not ready emotionally or mentally, you're going to go back in the closet. And also you have to, like, it has to be okay if it has to be okay for you to come out, because your parents, if they pay your school fees or they pay your rent and you come out to them, they might say we're disowning you, so now you're stuck with no sort of money to help you. So you have to look at your surroundings and be sure that you're ready to come out financially, mentally, and emotionally.
Yeah. Kamali, thank you very much for coming through. Thank you very much for making time. I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
What you study?
Psychology. Yeah, I want to help other people like me.
Yeah. It's a good thing that you guys are doing through UL Rainbow. And how can they contact you?
UL Rainbow Oh wow.
You know, Facebook. You know.
My secretary has that information.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
But then, how can they get hold of you on the socials? Like,
On
you
my
know,
social media.
just maybe on a DM, like directly to say, look, I wanna have an interaction with you, and somebody who might be watching this interview and say, you know what, I wanna communicate, and these are my experiences. Like, how can they get hold of you?
Or on IG, I am Kamali fucking Cabello. I'll repeat, Kamali fucking Cabello on IG. Yeah, you can contact me there anytime. I'm always willing and ready to help anybody who needs advice or help.
All right. That's how we wrap it up. Thank you very
you.
much for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for watching the episode, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like, to share our content whenever there's something new to watch on our channel. And thank you very much to Dijon. Shout out to Dijon for giving us the platform. You can get them on the socials, Facebook. You can get them there, and also use the WhatsApp line that is on appearing on the screen to make your bookings. You can come here and just enjoy their meals and the services that they're offering as a lifestyle center. We're out.